What's up, beautiful human beings? We are back with another legendary leg day with Elise. We are doing hamstrings and glutes. What is new? I'm excited. I'm hyped. It's a new day and I'm just ready to get it. So I hope you are too. Let's crush today. I am going to grab a band. If you don't have one, I highly recommend ordering one from Amazon. They are super cheap and usually I just can't really find these at gyms. So make sure you get yourself one. They're great for warming up. Today I'm just gonna warm up with banded sidewalks. That's what I call them. I want you to put the band right above your knee. You're gonna get down into a squat position and you're gonna step with your heel, taking big steps, keeping the glutes down, keeping an arch in the lower back, and keeping that chest up. So I don't wanna see yourself bending over, although you can still feel it in there. Proper form here is to really keep that core tight, keep that chest up, and put all of the focus and the emphasis on the glutes and the quads and the hamstrings. You'll feel it all. Whoo! Man. These are spicy. I just do a few steps here. Today we are starting with abductions, and so I really like to get the glutes warmed up. And honestly, these sidewalks are my favorite. If you're not feeling the glute activated with these though, don't use these for a glute warm up. Still use the band. Maybe do some banded glute bridges. All right, now that we're feeling ready, let's hop into the abduction. All right, we've got 4 sets. 8 and 8 reps, which means I have to go heavy. I'm trying to keep my weight up, which if you remember from the last exercise, I started on 130. So today we are gonna try to start on 135. I'm gonna sit straight up. My back should be fully straight. I put my hands in front of me to not be tempted to like push the weight out or really lean and move around. No, we wanna see a straight back, sitting fully upright and pushing that chest out. Again, when you're sitting straight up, you're fully targeting that glute medius, which is on the outer part of your glute. And these should be heavy. Obviously, when you're getting started, you're gonna use a lesser weight, but as you're working your way up, you should be putting that weight up by 5 pounds each time at minimum. Again, this is why I love this abduction machine, and most gyms have the same, like this same exact Cybex abduction machine, which means it has this top notch where you can change the weight from like an extra 5 pounds, an extra 10 and 15. Use it. 8 reps on 130. Let's go. Now leaning forward. And again, leaning forward really hits that glute max, which is inside your glutes. That was set number 1. I'm gonna rest about, honestly, 35 to 45 seconds here. Not a ton of rest, just enough to be ready for this next set. Your rest periods are extremely important. Never rest less than 30 seconds or you're not gonna have the power and explosiveness to hit your next set. No, this is not powerlifting. No, we're not going for like 1 rep max or 3 rep max. Which if you're a power lifter, you'd be resting like 3 to 5 minutes because you wanna be 100% recovered. We're working on hypertrophy, on progressive overloading, which means we wanna be about 60 to 70% recovered, not a full recovery, but just enough to hit that next set with strength and power. Stay focused, put your phone on airplane mode. Let's go. Set number 2. Set number 2 and I'm fried. My third set, I'm gonna put the weight up by 5 more pounds. So we're at 140 pounds for this one. Still 8 and 8. But before we do that final 4th set, I just really wanted to push the weight here a little bit and see if I can knock 8 out again. Well, technically 16 because it's 8 plus 8. Okay, let's go glutes. Let's go. Oh my God. My 4th set is going to be 8 upright again, but then I'm doing 10 leaning back with my hips slightly elevated. Those ones are super hard and I can't do them like super heavy. So on this first 8 reps, I'm gonna keep the weight the same at 140, and then I'm gonna take the weight down to about 110 and do the last 10 with a slighter less weight. Oh, jeez. That glute pump is real. I'm not gonna lie, this next exercise is my most hated exercise that I currently do. That's because it's a new one. So I just learned this like 3 weeks ago. As many of you know, I have a new coach, which I'm extremely hyped about. Well, technically, I have like 3 new coaches. I have a prep coach, a workout programming coach who's absolutely incredible, and I have a posing coach. They're all under the same umbrella and coaching team. As I'm trying to go pro, I will say this next exercise, is my first time in my life doing this. Well, not today, but overall, like my first time. And this is called a B stance RDL cable pull through. So here's how it goes. And if, in the beginning, you kind of feel these in your lower back, or like you're not really feeling it in the hamstring, again, it took me a second. Don't feel bad about it. B stance basically means that you have one working leg and the other is just on the side, just kind of standing, holding you up, but not doing anything. I'm gonna be working my right leg, which means, and again, I'm doing like a single arm attachment here. My working leg and my working arm, it's not a working arm, but it's the same side. So my right arm is just gonna be resting on my hip. So this is an RDL. I'm going to bend my knee a little bit and pull through the middle with my arm. Feel the stretch in the hamstring. Find a glute at the same time and pull through. Pull back. These are still really hard for me. So honestly, what I'm focusing on with these is the feeling. Like making sure that I am activating the right muscles and feeling it in the hamstring, obviously because it's an RDL, but then finding my glute and driving up with it. I'm gonna rest maybe for like 10 seconds and then go right back into that right leg because we're alternating. So really there's no real need for like a big rest. All right, set number 2. I've got one more set exactly like that, so I'm not gonna film it. Just 8 reps on each set, not even going up in weight. I'm really feeling them and fully just focusing on the contraction and again, activating the hamstrings and activating the glutes. Next we have hip thrusts, and as usual, I'll be doing it on the Smith machine. If you're doing it on a Smith machine, you kind of need one of these hip thrust pads, which you can order yourself. I got it from like Breckenridge.com or something. I'll link it below. When I went to like a little gym in this town, only other little like garage gym that we have here, I would literally take that thing with me or just like keep it in my car. Again, you can do this on a machine, you can do it with a barbell, totally up to you. I prefer it on the Smith machine. I feel it the most. Today, I really need to start going up in weight. If you're following a program, stick to your program, keep track of your weights. Again, my program, I'm taking you guys through what I do, but this is very specific to 2 things: getting stronger for skiing, like for ski season, and for getting my pro card in wellness, like going pro in bodybuilding in the wellness category, which is very lower body focused, which is why I only do 1 upper body day a week and 4 lower body days. Outside of that, my goal is obviously to keep going up in weight. I've got 5 sets of barbell hip thrusts. The first 2 sets are my feeder sets, which just means that it's the warm up. It's to really let the glutes know, okay, we're going to work. This is what we're going to be doing. I have 10 reps in those first 2 sets. If you have like between 8 and 12 reps, so usually the rep ranges you should be seeing are 8 to 10, 10 to 12. You should not be doing less than 8 reps unless you're really training for strength, like 3 rep max or like 6 rep max, like you're going more into powerlifting division or category or whatever you want to call it. If you are doing hypertrophy training, if you're trying to get strong in general, not like crazy 1 rep max type of strong, but increasing your weights and, you know, shaping your body, then you really shouldn't be doing less than 8 reps on anything. So I've got 10 reps on both sets and I really need to put the weight up. So I've got 45 pounds on this. I'm going to throw another 10 on, as so far I've been doing my warm up sets with just 45s. My hip thrust, my Smith machine bar is 45 pounds. So don't forget that most Smith machines are not going to be that heavy. Mine is just like super crazy. I don't know why. But my starting weight is going to be, so bar is 45, then 2 45s, that's 135, 145, 155 is what I am warming up with. So keep track of your weights and keep moving up. Warm up set number 2, just another 10 reps. Focus on that glute contraction. I like to hold it for about a second at the top of the movement. Not gonna lie, I'm kind of feeling off today. I am not a morning person at all. Like, this has been a struggle of mine since high school. I've got pretty severe ADHD. I don't take medication. And it takes me like forever to fall asleep at night. And I do all the things, like don't look at my phone, but like I'll do a whole thing on like night routines and morning routines, but it takes me forever to fall asleep. And then in the morning, it's like literally the hardest thing to wake up in the morning. Like it takes me forever. But with starting this YouTube series, and this is literally what I've been working towards all summer, to have time. Like this is a super time consuming, but this is what I've been feeling the call to do. Like I've been praying all summer about where I need to put my energy, where I need to put my direction, because how I was running this gym as a business last year was not the move. And so with these YouTube videos, I need to get up. Like this morning I got up at 5 a.m. and I was editing by 5:30 because that's the only time, that I have time to do this. To drop Adeline off at school. She's in 2nd grade by 8:40 in the morning. So usually I don't get to work or I don't get to do anything until 9 a.m. Usually my first training sessions are at 9 a.m. or my training sessions are in the afternoon so I can go right to work at home at 9 a.m. But it's pretty much like packed. Like my days are packed full of clients. I can't take on any more clients because my time is packed. So, I've been really praying about what God is calling me to do and what direction I need to go in. And I really felt this call to, again, get back to my own journey with this discipline and bodybuilding, and then do YouTube, which, by the way, I've been getting this call for 10 years. Like, if you guys go back on my channel, like every 2 years or something like that, I'm like, okay, this is time for YouTube. But this is the time. I've actually prepared for this. I spent months rearranging my schedule, getting the gym to a point where I can block out 2 hours of the day so that no one comes in, no clients, no other trainers, because I can't have music playing in the background of these videos because then YouTube doesn't allow me to upload it. So there's been like a lot of works on the back end. And now I've also like rearranged my schedule so that I have time to edit, where 2 days of the week I wake up at 5 and Ian takes care of Adeline in the morning and takes her to school, so I can have like 4 to 5 hours of consecutive editing. Like, I just want to tell you guys, this is not easy for me. None of this is easy, but I love doing things that are hard, because at the end of the day, if I choose hard now, then life becomes easier later. I went on a walk with Ian earlier and he said something amazing, because we're always talking about clients, how to help people, what the problems are, and he said, so genius. And like, I'm the quote girl. Like, I know every quote, but I didn't know this one. And he just said, if you don't sacrifice for what you want will become the sacrifice. And that's literally been the theme of my summer and like this past year, is how do I make sacrifices for the things that I truly want, which is build my YouTube channel and help people, like help everyone, not just the people that I coach one-on-one, because I've seen such incredible changes in people's lives that I coach one-on-one. A written program, it's like anyone can download anything. In fact, you can go to ChatGPT and get the perfect program for that. Doesn't guarantee anything. Every single client that I've worked with in the last 2 years, whether they had zero experience or a ton of experience, they all struggled with knowing how to lift. Literally, no one teaches this. What to focus on, where to put your mind, what to imagine when you're doing things, where you should feel it, how to connect with the muscle, how to, move from one exercise to the other, how to know when to put on more weight, when to increase, when to decrease. Like, there's so many things. And I know I'm babbling on, but this is like, I want to talk to you guys and I want to add impact to your life. And I woke up at 5 a.m. this morning. I edited for like 6 hours. I got 2 videos done, the first 2. I'm really hyped. I'm pretty exhausted. Like, it's 4:52. I have a client. I have 2 clients I'm training in 30 minutes. And then it's pick up Adeline time, my daughter. And it's nonstop for me. So going back to like, if you don't make sacrifices for the things that you want, the things that you want become the sacrifice. And I've just got to a point where I said enough is enough. I don't want to sacrifice what I want anymore for, pleasing other people or living in a way that pleases the world or in a way where people say I should, whatever it may be. Like, I'm feeling a purpose and a calling and I need to fulfill that. And that's what I'm doing here. And it's not easy. It's freaking hard, but I'm doing it because I want to see change in women's lives, in your life, if you're far away, if you can't train with me one-on-one. So yes, I'm going on my own journey, but I'm doing this because I want to take you with me and I want you to learn discipline and how to push yourself and all of these things that muscle building and bodybuilding brings in life, because there's nothing more beautiful. There's nothing more beautiful. Anyways, so this is a new PR, 2 plates on both sides. This is heavy and I'm struggling and I'm tired, but we're going to push through. And what we're doing for the next 3 sets, and I'm going to have music going because I need music for this. That's why I have my headphones. The goal is to get 9 reps or 12, but 9 is what's technically on my program. And every 3rd rep, we hold for a 3-second hold. So 1, 2, 3-second hold. 1, 2, 3-second hold. 1, 2, 3-second hold. That's 9 reps. And yes, we want to be going heavy on these. These are my working sets. If you're feeling these in the quads, you might have too much range of motion. Like, you might be going way too low, and we don't want that. So again, this is also why I like a Smith machine, because it just kind of focuses on the top of the movement. You still need that range of motion, but not to the degree where you're going all the way down and like activating the quad. Should not be feeling quads. Also, if you're feeling quads, the weight might might be too heavy. Bring the weight down. Like, it takes time. Last year my working sets were just 45 pounders. That's it. I could not go heavier than that. So it all takes time. Rome wasn't built in a day. You got this. My back is actually super sore from yesterday's back and bi workout. Woo! All right, music going. Let's freaking get this. Three more. Oh, hell yes. All right, that was actually really good. So I'm gonna add 10 more pounds on. At number 2, we've got 10 more pounds on. Actually, 20 more pounds on. There's also a new PR again. Ian just got here, so he'll be lifting and pushing through his workout, and so graciously just listening to his own music through headphones so that I could film these and talk through it. Do you want to say hi?
Hi.
Okay, last set here, and yeah, I'm gonna try to throw on another 20 pounds. It's the heaviest I've done on these. If I got to 9 on the last one and like executed pretty well, then I know it's a cue that I'm able to put on some more weight. If I am getting to my prescribed rep range where I'm about to fail on the last one, then I'm not putting on any more weight. So watch your last 2 reps. Again, if you're about to fail, you probably can't push the weight. But if you feel like, okay, I'm getting good contraction, I'm feeling the muscle working, and you feel like you could do 2 more reps, that's pretty much a sign. You can either do more reps if you still are kind of struggling with like the contraction and feeling it only in the muscle you're supposed to feel it in, or it's time to put on some more weight. All right, we've got sumo squats next. I am personally going to be using these platforms to give myself a little bit more range of motion here. If you're using a belt squat or you're using dumbbells, again, you can definitely use dumbbells. You don't have to use platforms like these. You can literally just use 2 45-pound plates. Obviously, I have these platforms, so it's a lot easier to use them. I do recommend you giving yourself a little bit more range because you can feel the glutes a lot more and contract the glutes. So the point with these is to stand fully upright above this cable right here, or the machine, whatever you want to call this. Again, if you're using dumbbells, same thing. You're going to hold it with straight arms right here, keeping that chest up. Pretend I'm holding a dumbbell right here. It's going to be the same thing. Okay, I'm throwing a 10 on. Again, I have 25 pounds on both sides. This lever itself is about, I don't know, feels like 25, 30 pounds. And if I were to do this with a single dumbbell, so again, 50, let's say 25, 75, 85, 95, it'd be like not like 100 pounds. And the reason I prefer to use this is because I feel like I can go a little bit heavier. Something I see people doing wrong is like they do a little worm. I'm gonna not use the platforms here to demonstrate it. So let's say you're like going down and then you kind of do this thing where you lift your glutes up and then your upper body. Things should not be moving at a different pace. Everything should be the same, up and down. My chest should not move. My back should not move. Everything is created with the legs. If you're doing the worm, you've got too much weight on. You need to bring the weight down, and you need to get to a point where your form is immaculate. Especially with these. Do not go heavy until everything is in your legs and your glutes. Like that's where you should be feeling it. When you get to the bottom of the movement, you should feel your glutes activating, and you need to do that with your mind. Like you need to connect with the glute with your mind and drive up with it. What you think about in your brain and what you envision and where you make that connection is everything. If you're thinking about something else, if you're just going through the motions, your body is not going to grow. Your muscles are not going to grow. So be very present and focus on the muscles that need to be used here. So you will see my glutes literally activating and me pushing up with the glutes, not with my lower back, not with anything else. So because I put the weight up here, I'm focusing on just the contraction and feeling it. I'm probably gonna go 8 reps, max 10. All right, we've got leg curls next. I'm doing single leg, well, 45 to start. I have 4 minutes. I need your help.
Single leg curl.
Curl. And so I was thinking that I almost kind of feel it.
You almost feel it on that?
I do. Hey, girl. I feel it. I feel it. But I just didn't know if my, like, I do feel it.
I would just say do single legs and this.
I just did. I have both lying and standing. This is what I'm ending with. Wow.
It's working?
Yeah, it's burning.
I am so good at my job.
Oh. Wow. Okay. Okay. Improvising here.
Is snow here?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I was in Texas and I never realized.
You missed the first snow? But it's okay. We're supposed to get, well, starting to, yeah, tomorrow night, Wednesday night. I was supposed to go to Denver on Thursday, and I was like, nope, canceling the trip. I'm ready, you guys. Sorry, I'm just finishing this. I just discovered a new exercise I'm really hyped about. So exciting. But yeah, so if you don't have a standing single leg hamstring curl, I mean, I would say this is really all about connecting with the hamstring. But this works. Oh my gosh. Oh. Oh, wow, that's crazy.
So I said to my mom, like, as soon as she saw me, she's like, oh my god, you lost weight. And I was
Yeah?
like, oh, finally. But she's
Nice.
like, how do you not know?
That was the first thing she said? It's working. It's working. Let's go. Okay, I'm gonna finish this set here, and then what I'm gonna have you both do is just grab a band, and sorry about the camera right there. It's in everyone's way. Just gonna finish this last one, and then I'll put some music on. But go ahead and just grab a band and do a few like banded walks. You can go out there, yeah. Wow, these are surprisingly awesome. But you have to put this, like if you need one of these, by the way, the ankle attachment, I would also get from Amazon. Even when I go to Armbra, literally West Coast Mecca in Colorado, they don't have these. These are also super cheap. I would keep them in your gym bag. So these bands, I did 4 sets of the single leg hamstring curls on the machine, lying leg curls, and then I'm doing 4 sets on the standing hamstring curls. These surprisingly work, but I will say this is all about like feeling, like just literally putting all of your attention on the hamstring and really focusing and contracting. So if you have really good muscle-mind connection, these are really great. If you're still struggling with that, I would say definitely pick a machine. Machines are awesome because they kind of lock you into the right form. So if you're a very beginner, stick to machines. Get really good at feeling the muscle, get really good at contracting the right muscle, and then you can start moving on to like crazier exercises and things that are more free weight. Oh my, wow, these are awesome. Can't believe it. And with that, I am done with my leg day. It was so fun to have you guys. I'll see you in the next one.